is Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa. The story of resurgent and burgeoning Africa is here, only on the Pulse of Africa channel. Pulse of Africa, the face and voice of Africa.
Hello, I'm Gamachisa Mandida, your news host for this hour. Join us as we bring you the newest stories and updates from Africa. A cross-party Italian parliamentary delegation recently visited the Moroccan city of Lyon, conducting field visits and participating in official meetings to evaluate the region's development progress. During their stay, the delegation met with the president of the Lyon Municipal Council and the president of the Regional Council. The discussion centered on ways to strengthen cooperation between Morocco and Italy across various sectors. The delegation also visited the city of Bajur. Ettore Rosato, coordinator of the Italian parliamentary group, noted that the region displays a strong development momentum driven by significant investments across multiple sectors. The Italian delegation explored opportunities to boost economic cooperation between the two countries, particularly in industry, tourism, logistics, renewable energy, healthcare and services. Both sides stressed the importance of organizing sector-specific meetings between professionals from both nations to enhance trade and investment opportunities. Morocco has invested billions in developing its southern provinces, building ports, renewable energy facilities and transportation infrastructure. International investment in the southern provinces keep growing, creating economic facts on the ground that reinforce the country's sovereignty. Kenyan Principal Secretary for Transport Mohammed Daghar has reaffirmed the government's commitment to strengthening port railway and road infrastructure to enhance trade and logistics both locally and across the region. Speaking in Mombasa when he opened the inaugural International Trade and Logistics Summit, Principal Secretary Daghar highlighted the ongoing construction of two belts, one at the port of Mombasa and another at the Dongo Kundu Special Economic Zone, to increase container capacity. He further asserted that the modernization of ports is on course while strengthening the existing berths to enhance trade. From January to September 2025, the port of Mombasa handled 32.86 million metric tons of total cargo throughout against 29.97 million metric tons handled during the same period last year. The Principal Secretary assured the logistics stakeholders of the government's resolve to ensure non-tariff barriers are removed. He also noted that the government has invested heavily in the port city of Mombasa's road infrastructure in order to facilitate trade in the northern and southern corridors. Daghar said the government is also keen to expand the railway network in the country to neighboring landlocked countries, adding that a new railway line is in the pipeline from the port of Lamu to Moyale and onwards to Ethiopia and Nakodok, as well as Nadapal to South Sudan. We are determined to ensure the standard gauge railway moves from Soswa to Kisumu, a distance of 262 kilometers, with a branch line to Kisumu port, he said, adding that plans are underway to ensure it moves from Kisumu to Malaba, another distance of 607 kilometers to the border of Uganda. The Kano state government says preparations have reached an advanced stage for the 2025 Kano Cultural Festival, KanFest, aimed at promoting the state's rich cultural heritage and creative industry. The news agency of Nigeria, NAN, reports that the three-day event is scheduled to hold between October 25 and 27. The Deputy Governor, Abdulsalam Gwazo, said the festival would serve as a platform to showcase the diverse culture, creativity, craftsmanship and commerce that have defined Kano for centuries. While describing culture as the soul of every society, the Deputy Governor observed that It was also a key driver of unity, identity, and economic growth. Culture defines who we are, how we live. It unites us and transmits our values to future generations. That's why this administration is committed to reviving and reconnecting our youth with their roots, he revealed. The deputy governor explained that the festival would highlight Kano's historical role as a center of civilization, scholarship, craftsmanship, and trade, adding that the state remains a melting pot of diverse cultures from across Nigeria and West Africa. By doing this, we reaffirm Kano's place as a cultural capital and creative hub in Nigeria and the West African sub-region, he said. The deputy governor also noted that CanFest would create opportunities for youth and artisans by attracting investors, tourists, and cultural collaborators from within and outside the country. United Nations officials praised Ethiopia for its steadfast dedication to promoting peace, stability, and sustainable development at regional, continental, and global levels. Kritawan Bontu, UNAIDS country director, emphasized Ethiopia's crucial role in tackling global challenges, particularly through its active participation in peacekeeping operations. She also acknowledged Ethiopia's prompt involvement in addressing urgent regional and international issues. Given the increasing climate challenges confronting Africa, she commended Ethiopia's strategic response via the Green Legacy Initiative, which has gained recognition for its substantial contributions to ecosystem restoration and environmental conservation. Ethiopia's proactive engagement in peacekeeping and environmental sustainability demonstrates its commitment to fostering stability and resilience across Africa and beyond. Strengthening such efforts can promote regional stability, support continental development goals, and contribute to global peace initiatives by addressing root causes of conflict and climate-related vulnerabilities.
Ethiopia's green legacy is very visionary and is very timely to ensure that Ethiopia has a strong response and participation and engagement with the global issues. But also, it is very strategic because Ethiopia is also one of the countries that are impacted by the global climate change. And so creating the Green Legacy Initiative, supporting communities to be able to respond and protect their environment is something that is very important for the country and for the new generation.
Recently, Ethiopia has earned global admiration for its climate initiative, having planted nearly 50 billion trees under the Green Legacy Initiative. Echoing the same sentiment, Abubakar Kampo, the UN acting resident and humanitarian coordinator in Ethiopia, highlighted the nation's historic and ongoing contributions to the United Nations. He recalled Ethiopia's early peacekeeping missions in Korea and the Congo, as well as its active participation in contemporary operations. Campo noted that these consistent efforts have made Ethiopia a reliable partner in advancing global peace and African unity.
Ethiopia holds a special place in this story. As one of the founding members of the United Nations, Ethiopia's voice helped shape the principle of peace, cooperation, and human dignity that remain at the core of the United Nations Charter. Indeed, Ethiopia's partnership with the United Nations is a living legacy reflected in the country's early contributions to the UN peacekeeping missions, its leadership in the global fight against colonialism, and its enduring influence in advancing multilateralism and African unity.
The Zambia Development Agency ZDA has signed a letter of intent with Lucid Circuit to establish an artificial intelligence special economic zone, a landmark project valued between $150 million and $300 million. The initiative is expected to position Zambia as a regional innovation hub and attract global investment in emerging technologies. The agreement was formalized during the US-Zambia Investment and Innovation Roadshow 2025. The event marked a key milestone in Zambia's efforts to deepen economic diplomacy and showcase its growing potential as a destination for AI, technology and sustainable investment. According to a statement issued in Lusaka, the forthcoming Memorandum of Understanding between ZDA, Lucid Circuit and its partners will operationalize the AI zone, paving the way for infrastructure development, research collaboration and private sector participation. Zambia Development Agency Director General Albert Haulampa said the roadshow had secured potential investments across multiple high-impact sectors, including critical minerals, agriculture and healthcare. He added that the creation of the AI Special Economic Zone aligns with Zambia's broader goal to leverage digital transformation for industrial growth and job creation, reinforcing the country's Vision 2030 ambitions to become a prosperous middle-income country. The OMVG transmission network has increased Guinea's electricity trade capacity to 340,000 kilovolt amperes, up from 0 in 2015, surpassing the original project target, enabling reliable cross-border energy exchange. Guinea's hydropower plants now supply clean energy domestically and export 1,174 gigawatt-hour annually to Senegal, the Gambia and the Guinea-Bissau, supporting regional energy transition and reducing reliance on fossil fuel. The OMVG interconnection is more than just a power line. It's a symbol of regional unity and shared ambition as a vital component of the West African power pool, which spans 14 countries. The network is unlocking new possibilities for regional integration and cross-border electricity trade. With a total capacity of 800 megawatts, it enables day-ahead power markets and optimized energy flows, helping countries share resources and stabilize their grids. Guinea's transformation is a striking example of this progress. Since 2015, its electricity export capacity has surged from virtually zero to 440,000 kilovolt amperes, exceeding expectations and contributing to the full interconnection of the WAPP network. With the network now in place and the OMVG Asset Management Agency ensuring smooth operations, Guinea is setting its sights on the future, modernizing its grid, expanding access and integrating solar energy alongside its hydropower assets. The OMVG project stands as a powerful example of how shared infrastructure can drive job creation, sustainable development and economic resilience across West Africa. Moving to business, the Chief Executive Officer of MTN Nigeria, Carl Toriola, has called on business leaders from Nigeria and South Africa to lay more emphasis on the effective execution of people-oriented and economy-growing policies. Speaking at the Nigeria-South Africa Economic Diplomacy Roundtable in Lagos, Mr. Toriola said that the collective economic weights of Nigeria and South Africa were enormous enough to be used to accelerate Africa's development. Proposing a three-point agenda to accelerate Africa's economic growth, he said that the first would be the activation of Africa Continental Trade Area beyond the paperwork. Toriola highlighted the need to standardize customs processes, harmonize trade and implement digital documentation. One rules match, trade moves, he said, emphasizing that simplified regulation was key to unlocking the pact's potential. Toriola affirmed MTN's commitment to providing reliable networks and securing platforms and scalable partnerships that would allow small and medium-sized enterprises, creators and families to transact with confidence. He said that creating predictability for investors was necessary to attract and retain capital. According to him, predictability is a growth strategy for jobs and revenue and positions regulatory clarity as an economic imperative. Government is working on actualizing its Zimbabwe cotton to clothing strategy to help revive the textile industry after it lost over 80% of its workforce in recent years due to cheap imports. As inflationary and exchange rate pressures have persisted, the affordability of textile products has reduced, forcing consumers to opt for cheap imports in recent years. Speaking during the Zimbabwe Clothing Manufacturers Association Awards held under the theme celebrating excellence waving tomorrow, the Industry and Commerce Permanent Secretary Thomas Wushe said the government was currently working on strategies to revive the textile industry. The ministry is now implementing the local content policy, which encourages manufacturers to source raw materials locally in order to boost domestic output and lessen dependency on imports. Wushe said the Zimbabwean cotton-to-clothing value chain stands to gain a number of advantages from this local content policy, including increased domestic manufacturing, employment creation, economic expansion, and supply chain development. The draft Zimbabwe cotton-to-clothing strategy aims to realign its goals with the reality that currently exists on the ground while addressing the obstacles that still impede the value chain's development. That concludes today's edition of The Hour. Thank you for tuning in. Stay with us for more news and updates. Goodbye.